So we're going to do the vascular anastomosis now. So you're going to have your preserved aortas, which will be clipped here. Just going to cut it right smack in the middle. So you want to look at the two lumens. So there's your lumen on the left and the lumen on the right. So we're going to be using proline sutures today. So you either use a 4-0 or a 3-0 proline sutures. Either of them will do. So as I mentioned in the chalk talk, you're going to start at the very end. You can go out to in on one side. You're going to pick up the needle, reload it. You're going to pick up the other side, and right at the corner, you go in to out in about 3 millimeters, right at the very edge. You reload your needle. Then we're going to tie the suture. Now prolines will slip, so you want to do 4 or 5 knots. And then we'll use a hemostat to hold it here. Now our second step is to set ourselves up so that we will be sewing from right to left, so we're going to end up on the inside. So as I mentioned in the chalk talk, you're going to go back behind the knot. You're going to go out to in, 3 millimeter bites, pick up your needle, and then we're going to lift up. So your assistant's going to hold it there, a little bit of tension. Now you're going to go from right to left. So we're on the inside here on the right, and we're going to go out to in on the left. And so you're going to feed yourself with your pickups. Take your pickups, pick up the needle, load, pull up. Now if your assistant's doing it right, they'll just hold everything up so that you can see it a lot easier. So now everything's all set up. And you can do it in one bite instead of taking it in two. So you go from in to out on the right, out to in on the left. So again, 3 millimeter bites. So you always want to use your right hand to help yourself to see the tissue, to study the tissue for yourself. So again, the whole time you have to remember where you're at. So I'm on the inside of the left. So I'm going to be on the in, you have to go inside on the right, and then go out to in on the left. Now, at this point, since we're getting close to the end, you need to make sure that the two ends are matching up against each other. So I sort of think that this is the corner here, and then this is the other corner. So maybe 2 more bites till I get to the corner. This will be our last bite before we switch over to the anterior row, or anterior side of the anastomosis. So this is now the corner. So again, we're going to be in to out, out to in. Now if you have an assistant who's going to sew, you set it up for them by going in to out on the right, and now your assistant can sew forward. So just to show how to do it, what your assistant's going to do is going to be doing this. So they'll be standing on the other side doing the anastomosis. So 3 millimeter bites. So probably 2 more bites here. And then the last one. So again, we're on the outside. Take this off. And so we're going to tie to our stay suture. So about 6 knots for proline. And for proline, you usually want to cut about 5 millimeters because it can slip. And then we're done. So the way you can test the patency of this is if you inject saline into this, it should be watertight and it should not be stenotic.